The first 15 minutes of the meeting is open networking, and it's important that you arrive early. This is where you visit with your chapter members, but most importantly, you introduce yourself to the visitors. Ask them for their business card, tell them you're glad they're there, and let them know you've been looking for someone like them to join the chapter. This is very important to make them feel warm and welcome and help your chapter grow. As soon as the meeting begins, the president stands up and asks the visitors to introduce themselves by just giving their name and the name of their company. And then the chapter leadership team stands up and introduces themselves. This is important as visitors need to know who to contact in case they need more information or want to turn in an application. The next part of the meeting, a member selected by the president ahead of time because they're enthusiastic and energetic, gives the purpose and overview of MSF. This is so the visitors know that we're not just a social event. We're a structured business referral organization, and we're here to learn how to pass referrals to each other. At MSF, we care deeply about making sure every member in every chapter receives a lot of referrals. For that reason, the team trainer goes over a thing called your triggers and responses. Every single week, they select a member, and they go over the triggers and responses and give copies to everyone in the chapter. The triggers and responses are something that you're trained on how to complete during your member success training. After the team trainer, the business card box is passed around full of members' business cards. Visitors are welcome to take cards out of the box, but only members can keep cards in the box. At this time, we also ask the visitors to go ahead and just pass their cards around the chapter. Next, each chapter member stands up and gives a 60-second commercial on their business. The purpose is to train other members on how to find them referrals. Everyone in the chapter does this every single week. Here is an example of one.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Liz Thomas with Southern Hills Veterinary Hospital. A good referral for me this week, kind of like Brett, is anyone who has a dog that needs preventative care. Super important in our veterinary patients because they don't talk to us and tell us what's wrong with them. And a good example of that is a golden retriever that I see named Henry. He came in, he is the best owner, and she's like, yeah, let's do blood work. We especially recommend yearly blood work for our senior pets because they have changes that, like I said, they can't tell us about. So we send off blood work and I get it back, and he has early markers of kidney disease. He's not showing any clinical signs at all, and he feels great. You know, everything's awesome for him. So we get him on a special kidney diet, a special food, and then he also goes to acupuncture and water treadmill to promote healthy kidney balance. So everything's right? Acupuncture is a thing for pets. But just getting them, you know, if we can identify any problems, you know, sooner, that gives you a longer, you know, duration of time with your beloved fur baby. So thank you.
Now is when the vice president gives the vice president's report. The vice president reports the numbers we are tracking for the month and for the year, reporting the number of referrals we've given as a chapter, reporting the dollar amount of closed business that we've done month to date and year to date, and the number of one-on-one interviews that we've done outside the meeting, plus the number of visitors that we've had in attendance. During the next exciting part of the chapter meeting, 2 different members stand up and give a 10-minute presentation each, further training their chapter members on how to go out and find them referrals every single day. Here's an example of just a small portion of a 10-minute presentation.
Just the roof. So people think just the roof, but it's the gutters, the screens, the AC fence on the condenser units get hit by hail. All these trades come in, and then so you end up really general contracting the whole project on a small scale, but because we're not storm chasers like many.
Next is our favorite part of the meeting. That's when we pass referrals to each other. Keep in mind, we've normally called each other during the week and given the referrals already, But the meeting is when we get to report the referrals we've given, the thank you for closed business, the social media posts, the one-on-one interviews that we've done. We report all these during the meeting so that our vice president can track them for us. Here are some actual referrals being passed.
I've got let's see, thank you for money, thank you for business for Billy, and then 2 referrals. And then for Brenda,
Yay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for Brenda.
How about
5.
closed business?
Where's Nancy's?
Are you gonna do closed business like next
So
week?
this is closed business, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
$3,830. Brenda's.
And one for Nancy.
500 on Billy, 272 on Nancy.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I have a referral. It's me for Emmanuel,
Yay.
and we're meeting right after this.
Yay.
Okay, I had thank you for closed business to Billy for his little baby Harley, an interview with Donnie, and then a social media post. And I will not be here next week. I am sorry, but my amazing technician William is going to come. So.
Well, thank you, Josh, for telling us more about the roofs. And from being in the construction trade, I do see all kinds of trades, good and bad. And Josh is definitely a good one. If you go back, that company, 918, has always done quality work. That's just how they started out, and they won't do anything but that. So it's great to be able to refer Josh. Have a referral for Yuri. I need to be needed. So appreciate that. And looking for more referrals.
Yay.
I have thank you for closed business to Nancy Miller for $2,500 US. I had an interview with Emmanuel and with Brandon last week. Have a referral for Brandon and a referral for Josh.
Cool. Love it.
You can close mine if you brought the paperwork.
I did bring the paperwork, but
Okay,
I'll
I'll check.
report that next week. Okay.
Good.
I've got a couple referrals and interviews. The first one is to Brandon Gaffney. I had him look at a presentation for me, so thank you, Brandon. Did an interview with Michael Trupia. You guys need to do an interview with Michael. He's awesome. So Michael, Brenda, Nancy, and I think are the longest serving members in the group. So Scott, yeah, Billy. Well, hey, we got a lot of good. So we got a lot of good people in this group. Thank you to closed business from Nancy for 373, and I gave a referral to Hal earlier last week. Sky, did he ever call you about needing his hat? He's building a gym. Okay, I'll talk to him today. Starting a new gym, wanted some logos on his hats and stuff. So that is it. So do we miss anybody? Right now, but thank you guys. Make sure that we get some good referrals this week. We work for each other, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you.
Can I get one? Great. Oh, did they? Maybe.
In 2017, this chapter passed over $1 million in referrals, and the referrals are continuing to grow monthly. We feel MSF is the greatest organization on the planet, and part of what sets us apart is the triggers and responses. Triggers and responses are something that each member is trained on how to complete, and then give to the rest of their chapter members, teaching them how to look for and find referrals every single day. Another thing that sets us apart is our social media advisor. That's one of the leadership positions within the chapter. And what this person does is help everyone grow their business through each other's social media. For example, he may write a post that says something like this: I have a great friend who's a painter. I've known him for years. He does a fantastic job. This week he's looking for an indoor job. Please hit me up if you or anybody else is interested in an indoor paint job. Think of the power of this. If there's an average of 20 people in your chapter and the average number of Facebook friends is 1,000, everyone posts, copies and pastes that same post onto their Facebook. That painter just got exposed to 20,000 households. And now these households know that he is someone that you know, like, and trust. This is extremely powerful. Another important part of the structure of MSF is meetings outside the meetings. Each member is encouraged to meet with the other members, but so this doesn't turn into a social event, we actually have a form they fill out that asks questions such as, what are the best referrals you've received in the last 6 months? Who got you those referrals? How did they get them for you? What did they say to get them for you? And how can I help you? This keeps it top of mind that we're not here just as a social event. We're here to help each other grow business. We take referrals seriously, and through training and more training, we pass a lot of referrals to each other. Here are some short testimonials from some of the chapter members you saw in this meeting, as well as chapter members from other chapters.
Hi, my name is Curtis Miller. I'm 19 years old and I'm a senior regional leader at Primerica. Within less than a year, I've been able to grow my business to being one of the top agents in the state of Oklahoma. And I credit a ton of that to my sales force and being able to start up my own chapter.
Our particular chapter last year referred more than $1 million worth of business to one another.
I have built the largest practice in the state of Oklahoma through Country Financial. I give a lot of credit to that due to my sales force. Over the time of being a member of my sales force, I have received hundreds of referrals, which have correlated to thousands of dollars.
MSF has meant just everything to me. If it wasn't for MSF, we would not be where we are today. Our agency would have not grown at the rate we have grown.
I really love the structure of my sales force, giving us all the ability to teach each other how to become salespeople for our businesses. I feel like now I've got 15 salespeople working for me. That's the benefit of my sales force. Really love it. Really happy I joined, and I encourage you, take a look at any of our meetings and join one of the chapters.